I don't know woke.
So, speaking of that interview, Bob Iger's come out and said a lot of people don't even understand what it means to do with being woke. He also made some stupid comments about he's not going to pursue a gender, but he is going to pursue an agenda. So, again, your opinion on this, Mike, will be comedy gold. This is this interview.
What the hell is this? I haven't seen this yet. What is that?
Yeah,
this is why the stock is going down even more, because this is his CNBC interview, mate. He's tanking the stock harder. So basically, he had an interview with CNBC, and Iger said in that meeting with shareholders over the last few months, he had meetings with shareholders. Succession was a key issue, and he sought to reassure the street that he was focused on the problem. So he says the following. The board engaged in a succession process the moment I came back, and they're taking it very, very seriously. I don't think it was changed. It has changed because of the activism battle at all. They established this as their number one priority from the moment I came back. They formed a committee right away. They've been meeting regularly. They're going to meet even more regularly going forward because I'm not going to be here forever. Nonsense, but fine.
What?
So he also suggested that while his contract runs through 2026, his successor will be announced at the right time, hinting that a name could emerge sooner. I doubt that. But he says this. I think it's really important to have a good transition process. You know, this is a big, complicated company. And not only is it important to choose the right person, but it's really important to give that person all the opportunity in the world to be successful in the job. And the board's very focused on who the person is and when the decision should be made, and essentially how the handover of sorts will take place. Fine. He addresses the proxy fight. If you're asking whether it's personal on their side, you probably should ask him. He probably would say no. I think there probably was, to some extent, a degree of personal animus that was on the table here. Well, you spent $40 million fighting him, mate, so I think there was some personal animus.
That's his inner voice talking out loud, Nate.
Yeah. And so he was asked whether it was true that he was prepared to step down from Disney's board should Peltz win a seat. Iger said his presence on the board, we believed, could be distracting, and that might have made it very, very difficult for us to do our jobs the way we feel they need to be done, i.e. everyone just agreeing with you. That's literally what he's saying, isn't it? It's everyone must agree with me, can't have anyone back chat. It's like a naughty school kid at the back of a class. So Iger also brushed aside questions about Elon Musk's trolling of the company, telling Faber that there's no relevance to the Walt Disney Company or me. People have been coming after me and the company for years. I don't get distracted by those things.
Liar!
But Iger did seem to acknowledge that
$40 million worth of a distraction.
Yeah. So Iger did seem to acknowledge the critiques of Disney's content as being woke may have a certain degree of merit, though. He added, the term woke is thrown around rather liberally, no pun intended in that regard. I think a lot of people don't even understand really what it means. Stop. We do. African Americans, racial prejudice. You literally do have a racial prejudice against.
Can I just say that it's his fault then? Because isn't Disney been the first and foremost ones teaching us about woke for the last 5, 6, 7 years now? So isn't it the teacher's fault we're not learning, Mike?
Well, we know what it means.
No, we know.
I know I'm being sarcastic, but
we're stupid, even though we're like doing calculus over here.
But we use it.
Are you kidding me? It's flat out gaslighting. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's actually what my video was titled. Bob Iger gaslights. So yeah, you're right. But check this out. Here's the interesting stuff, Mike, and this is the stuff that will make you rage. Nice shot of your forehead there, mate. Says, I think the noise is sort of quieted down. I've been preaching this for a long time at the company before I left and since I came back. Then our number one goal is to entertain. The bottom line is that infusing messaging as a sort of a number one priority in our films and TV shows is not what we're up to. Again, remember, they literally announced the female Silver Surfer. They need to be entertaining.
And the female-led Star Wars, like you just mentioned too,
Yeah. They need to be entertaining, and where the Disney company can have a positive impact on the world, whether it's, fostering acceptance and understanding of people from all different types, great. But generally speaking, we need to be an entertainment-first company and understanding that, look, we're trying to reach a very, very diverse... So listen to this. We're trying to reach a very, very diverse audience. And on one hand, in order to do that, what you do, the stories you tell have to really reflect that audience. No, they don't.
Nope.
But that audience, because they are so diverse, really, first and foremost, they want to be entertained. And sometimes they can't be turned off by certain things. And we just have to be more sensitive to the interest of a broad audience. It's not easy, you know, so that we can't please everybody all the time, right? So he's basically saying, we're going to stay woke.
Yep.
Of course he is.
Yeah. We've got to entertain first, but actually what we mean by that is stay woke. That's how we're going to entertain, is basically what you're saying. Come on, Mikey. I need your opinion, mate.
Bro, this is I didn't see any of this. I caught like a small glimpse of this interview at 9 because I've been working all morning. But good God, what a moron, idiot, liar, scumbag, revisionist history, gaslighting, mofo. What?
Fuckface, dumb shit, no nuts, retard.
Yes, exactly.
And yeah.
First of all, I do know what is woke because I know two things. Number one, this company thinks all my white friends suck, which they don't. And number two, like everything's supposed to be my skin color or darker, which gets old fast for us people. Jesus Christ. What a lying sack of horse crap. Oh, and he's going to tell me that he wants my diverse audience. He's going to tell me what I need to see in my diverse audience. Guess what? Newsflash. I don't need to see myself I don't need to see myself on screen. No one wants to see that. Okay? No one wants to see the little Mexican mermaid swimming in the sea speaking Spanish, crossing some kind of imaginary border waters and shit. No. No.
Well,
yeah. Did you ever see yourself represented in the original Star Wars movie, Mike?
No, and I don't care.
Did you still like it anyways?
I was happy looking at the temple, the Jedi temple, and saying, you know what? I don't see any Mexican Jedis, but I bet some of my brothers built those temples in a galaxy a long time ago, far, far away. I guarantee you there were some construction crews with some brown folk. This guy's a god. Why is he still there? And what is that statement? The board's been, Mr. H, the board's been meeting regularly. They've been meeting regularly since I came back, and they're going to meet more regularly. What the F does that mean? That's like saying it's a sunny day, but it's going to be more sunny day. What does more regular mean? What does that mean?
All right, honestly.
Has he ever heard of that? I mean, you're from the mother country. You guys have a word that you create called frequency. How about he talks like a CEO? The board has been meeting regularly and will meet going forward with greater frequency. But no, he's a weatherman. 3rd grade freaking education.
Oh, he's not very intelligent at all.
No, he's 3rd grade education running multi-billion-dollar company. Oh God, this company.
News at 5 with Weather with Bob.
Oh.
Hey, so I've decided.
Continue.
I've decided. Yeah, it is. I've decided that I'm going to be a weatherman.
Still going down, Mike.
Down in a burning ring of fire.
I've decided that I'm going to be a weatherman, Mikey, so that I can take over the Disney CEO position. Will you support my bid?
Well, since you're walking out the door, we'll take your memberships if you go do that.
Go on then.
You're an amateur, though, culture, according to them, At least if you were a weatherman, you'd have experience.
I have as much experience as Bob does.
Well, I think it's important just to clarify a little bit from this as well. So he also came out and was like, oh, it's not Disney's job to advance any kind of agenda.
What a lying sack of crap. We got that other video of him talking about how they need to do more.
I know, exactly.
And he was patting himself on the back for Black Panther and all that. Like,
right.
What?
Right.
Like, he's the definition of talking out of both sides of your face, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid. No.
It's crazy.
His words in this do not match up with the actions that we have seen with the track record. It's spin. It's all spin.
Look, I may have gone to Stanford and gone to Mount Olive College at Oxford, but you don't need a PhD or a GED to know this guy's a moron. Anybody with basic street level common sense, I'm telling you, can see through this guy.
Yeah. Well, this was one of the questions which I think that they would have just put there to sort of placate to people, basically. So it was one of the questions on the call. It says, "Is it possible for Disney to stay out of political and social agenda and just provide entertainment? Our job is to entertain first and foremost, and by telling great stories, we continue to have a positive impact on the world and inspire future generations, just as we've done for over 100 years. Disney has always been and will continue to be a source of hope, joy, and optimism for people of all ages. We're committed to telling stories that reflect the world around us and using those stories to entertain people, I think it is, from all walks of life. I believe we have a responsibility to do good in the world." Okay. And then he goes, "But we know our job is not to advance any kind of agenda. So as long as I'm in the job, I'm going to continue to be guided by a sense of decency and respect, and we will always trust our instincts." Basically by saying, it's not our job to advance any sense of agenda, but it's our responsibility to do good in the world. And what I think doing good is advancing an agenda. So we're going to advance an agenda. It's exactly the same kind of commentary that he did in a CNBC interview, which is why it's going down.
Big time.
I don't mean to laugh, Mikey, but it's kind of hilarious.
What an epic fuck up.
You just
of all things.
I'm watching it go. I mean, this is nuts. This will be down under, I would say, 100 in the next 10 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guys were like freaking out last night. They were really upset, going off. So I came in and I'm like, look, let's look at the bright side here. This is job security for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I told Mikey, one of these days you'll be able to buy a boat, paint it black, and call it the Little Mermaid.
There you go.
Yeah.
You just got to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, Mike, if you would just monetize your channel.
Why would I do that?
Because you're Bob's number one enemy besides pelts.
Yeah.
You could make your entire channel about what.
No.
I even got a song for you already.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I will
Tom and
never
I
be a YouTuber. No.
Tom
I know too much about what all you go through with your channels from behind the scenes. That is the last thing I will ever do in my life is make my living off of YouTubing. Hell no. I would rather listen, I'd rather lose money on Disney stock, not have a YouTube channel, and sell oranges on the side of Interstate 10 in the middle of Arizona at high noon.
You can do that
in
while
August.
you're YouTubing.
Yeah, YouTube
well,
is.
What kind of dumb shit did Bob say this week?
YouTube is not a great thing to pursue. It's quite stressful.
It's
quite
maddening.
stressful.
And yeah, it's full contact sport.
Oh, and I'm not going to be.
We got some super chats there about all of this. So William Thompson says, "Hail Mexican Iron Man is still a YouTuber and the greatest YouTuber of all time, and the greatest rant I've ever seen."
Hey,
Hold on.
that's my buddy
Someone
William.
else?
He's trolling me. He's trolling me.
So great. That visual of Miss Minutes' face on that mannequin's body. It's one of the greatest things I ever saw. I loved it.
It was one of the greatest rants I ever saw. I loved it.
Speaking of, what do you think about that Grizzly
That was
video
very funny.
in private chat?
I did like it. Yeah,
on the Acolyte trailer.
it was good.
What?
T Neil says, "So with all the desperation moves he pulled, it's kind of like Iger sidestepping a pothole by falling off a bridge." This is to you, Mike.
Yeah, it is literally it is. This guy is so Nate. He's so focused on what he thinks is winning, and he's not even playing checkers. He's playing tic-tac-toe, and he thinks, "Hey, I won." No, you didn't. You just you eroded the value of the stock of the company, just like you said in your video, Nate. On point, 100%. Boom. I was like, chef's kiss to Nate when I was watching your video. I was like, "Yep." Not only did you tank the value of your company, you painted yourself into a corner that you can't get out of, because what? Disney Plus is going to start making money? No. The movies are going to start being great? F no. Freaking moron. Yay! I won tic-tac-toe. Meanwhile, meanwhile, you're going to lose the battlefield, on the open plains. F this guy. F this guy.
Everything woke about saying this is Jonas, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jonas. Hey, Jonas.
Yeah. He's actually branded himself then because he hadn't done that yet when he last was around.
You don't know
says,
what
I
woke
think-
is, Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas,
Yeah.
you don't know what woke is. You better change your logo because Bob has taught us today, Jonas, and especially, thank you, Tom, and especially because we know Jonas is white. All right, so that means Jonas knows even less about being woke because he's racist and white, so he can never know what woke is.
I got schooled by some
it.
black dude yesterday too. Yeah.
Yeah, did you?
You didn't see my tweet? Yeah. I got called a racist.
Oh, who cares?
In
other words, there's another day that ends in Y on Twitter. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's a daily event for me, bro. Come on.
Well, Jonah says, I think Bob Iger might be trying to fool people about his intentions here. So uncharacteristic of him.
Oh, and I'm happy that Jonas is going back and doing everything woke about. I'm so excited that that's coming back. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Great.
T-Nail says, Jesus of Christ, hell, actual politicians lie less. That's true.
True.
That is actually true.
Yeah.